Everyone, welcome to the Plant-Based Morning Show, Friday, June 9th edition. And this is a very special edition. First ever episode, I think, that is purely audio, no video. We're in the same platform, so you can still, I guess, people will still be able to watch us on YouTube. They'll just see these little moving circles
Little
when we
dancing
talk.
circles here.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll be able to talk, interact. So hopefully Bianca can join us today, although it's a little early.
Yeah, she said she wouldn't be able to because she works
She
during
said
this
that.
time. Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
I know. You know what would be
She,
good? Would be much better here is if we had like the dancing Ooga Chaka baby or something
I
bouncing
don't know what
around,
that. I don't know what that
like
is.
the Ooga Chaka.
Oh, okay.
Remember, like
Okay.
from like the early 2000s, probably.
I remember that sound. I never knew there was any image associated with it.
Oh, there's like a dancing baby. It was like the first viral thing on the internet, like the very first one.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh man, now we have to get it.
Yeah, we do.
Um,
Interesting. All right, well, Jeff Hudnall has made it. That's good. He's always an early arriver to these shows somehow. He must get notifications early. Danielle's here. People are enthusiastic despite no video. So I guess it was not our appearance, Doug, that attracted people to the show. It's more just the content. There's Mr.
Well,
Jeff.
I mean, should you explain what's going on?
Yes, we should. Sorry, I forgot to do that.
Okay.
So we were going to do a show yesterday. I'm traveling this week. I'm in Kansas City. We had one decent show using my hotspot, which portable thing, T-Mobile supplies, and that worked. And then yesterday we were going to go live in the afternoon, and the hotspot just did not work at all. And the hotel internet is not good enough to do video. So we had to cancel the show. Couldn't figure out anything. Now I think the hotspot has just run out of data. I think a single show was too much data for that thing. So anyway, we're on the hotel internet, and we don't want to risk putting videos on because yesterday when we did that, it was all these delays in the audio. So we're doing this so that we can get the podcast out, get the show done, because we are committed to actually doing it. I don't want people to think that just because we said summer schedule, suddenly it's going to be crazy.
No, it is poor timing here.
Yeah, it sure is. So we're doing the show, and I get to the video ads a little bit, but it's not like we rely on the video for the show. You put up a little bit of screenshots sometimes or whatever, but screen shares. But it's an audio show. I mean, it's a podcast, so we'll be fine. Anyway, is that good enough explanation? People understand that, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So we appreciate people who are still joining live and listening in and not actually watching us. I'm sorry you don't get to see my beautiful face. I even got fancied up today, so.
So I didn't. This is I'm just wearing my same T-shirt that I slept in today because it's a nice excuse to do that. But anyway, I'll be back. I'll be back on Sunday, and then beginning with Tuesday next week, our summer schedule, Tuesday through Thursdays, which you can count on. Friday optional. We'll be back to that normal schedule at home with video, all that next week. So
That's right.
Thanks for bearing with us. I hate when we say we're gonna do a show and don't do one like yesterday. That was no good.
So Matt, you're a couple days into this tournament life with the new soccer team for your son. How's it going?
It's good. I mean, this isn't really tournament life. This is an exception. This is the first one. This new team means he's going to travel with the team, and we won't have to travel to many away games. We will here and there when we want to, but this is just a really fun 6 games in 4 or 5 days, whatever. Okay. It's good. They beat Messi's team, Inter Miami, last night. So that was fun. I think I was wrong about the day they were going to play them when I said it last time. So that was cool. It's neat. This team is the other MLS teams. Many of them start at a younger age, whereas this one doesn't become full-time academy until this age, which is age 13 for Holden. So it's been cool. The team lost their first 2 games, and then yesterday they won both of their games, and they've been doing apparently in the hotel team building activities and values creation and like lots of cool stuff. So it's really neat to whether or not it's the reason why they have gelled and started to win, or whether it's just randomness. It's just cool that it seems that they're sort of coming together and all that. So it's fun to be a part of for sure.
That's great. That's very cool.
Yes,
good for him.
Yes. How about you? What's been going on with you in the past couple of days?
Let's see. It's smoky here. Has the smoke made it its way?
No, I read about the smoke. I didn't realize it would be affecting where we live.
Yeah, I mean it's not crazy. Nothing like New York or I'm sure Canada. But but yeah, it's like a little bit hazy over the mountains, and we have some warnings around air quality. And I went for a run yesterday, and I could definitely feel it. Like it felt like like the rest of the day, I kind of felt like I'd smoked a couple cigarettes or something.
Yeah. Wow.
No, I don't know if I was trying to debate. Okay, is it better to smoke a couple cigarettes and get a run in, or to not smoke any cigarettes and not run?
Yeah, that's my debate about the sun rays giving me skin cancer
Yeah,
versus running. You have to imagine it's better to run than not. But if it truly was the same as smoking cigarettes, then I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I'm just making that up, but that's what it felt like. But today I'm playing in a golf tournament, so that'll be fun.
Oh, that's right. Okay, good. 4-man scramble like last time.
Yep, 4-man scramble, same team.
Are people excited that the town councilman is on their team?
It's a team of town councilmen. So
the whole team is.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So that's kind of like a power center of the city. Will be right there. Hopefully, there's no terrorist attack or something on the Black Mountain Municipal Golf Course.
Yeah, it's like you're not allowed to fly too many people, executives together. We have to each drive our own golf cart in case something happens.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And probably a big security presence, I'm sure, around the Black Mountain Municipal Golf Course.
Huge. Absolutely.
Hey, who knows though what kind of dealings will be done in between shots?
No, I'm here to say publicly that no dealings are done. We're not allowed to talk about any public, any town business when we're in a quorum in a non-public setting. So, so it'll be strictly pleasure, no business. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I only play a couple times a year, so it'll be fun. Yeah,
it is fun, and that's a good environment. It's not that fun to play golf when you play once a year and you play your own ball the whole time because it's a disaster. But if you get 4 different whacks at it, it helps. So you can't discuss anything unless it's out in the open in public. Is that right?
If you have enough people, we have a quorum. If we have a quorum, so one-on-one, you can.
Never knew that.
Yep.
And the golf's not considered a public setting.
No, you have to call for a public meeting.
Oh. Okay.
And so to invite the public to attend.
I never knew that. I never realized that was the only.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the case for like federal, but for municipal governments and stuff like that. At least in North Carolina, that's the case.
All right. Good.
Yeah, that's good. Keeping prevent the backdoor.
That's right.
Smoke-filled room.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
That's right.
Mr. Jeffrey is wondering about the fires. Are there fires on the East Coast? The fires are in your home country, Mr. Jeffrey, in Canada, and all the smoke is just making its way down the East Coast. It's really bad in New York right now.
There you go. Hey, can we put people's quotes up on the screen? Yeah, look at that. And Jeff Hudnall says, Messi coming to Charlotte in October. Ticket prices are through the roof. I told you this, Doug. The morning when we reported on the show, it was not official. It was just speculation, but hard speculation. I bought 2 tickets at that point thinking this is probably going to happen. If it doesn't, I'll sell them or something. And we got them for $100 each. And then by the afternoon, they were up to $400. And then later they were $800. The two tickets we bought for $100 each. So now I'm like, I don't know. I just want to sell them.
Flip them, man.
I would have never bought these for $800. So why would I hold on to them? And very good chance. I mean, who knows what games he's going to actually play in? It's the last game of the season, at least for Charlotte FC. It is. For the last home game. So who knows? I think there's very likely. And I've also heard people discussing among these soccer people I was with yesterday, parents who a lot of them know a lot more than I do. They said he's not going to play on a turf field. Like they're probably going to be, he will maybe only play on the grass fields, which I don't know if there are that many in the league.
No.
But because like when Chelsea from England, they came over last summer to do a friendly against Charlotte FC, and they covered the whole pitch, the whole artificial turf pitch in grass for that.
Whoa!
Chelsea demanded it, required it of any team that was on this tour. So I don't know if a single player could command the same thing, but maybe. And
if everybody's paying $800 a ticket, they can. Right? Or is that second? Right. Is that second?
It's secondhand, but Charlotte FC did open up the whole upper deck, so they've selling many more tickets than they do for a typical game. Because of that, and for a decent price too, not $35 like I've seen them sell, or $30 like I've seen them sell those upper deck before, but they were like $100 or $150.
Wow.
So they're definitely going to make some money from it. So maybe, but the Panthers are probably they're in season then too. So I don't know if it's feasible to cover a pitch in grass. If so who knows? Really not the content this show is famous for doing. Jeff Hudnall does say that Matt is always breaking news. I don't know if that's true, but I guess on that one,
you're always pretending to break news.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should probably get to the content that the show is known for, which is plant-based related content.
Yes.
So I don't have any music, but here is your weather report. Thursday, June 8th. No, it's not. I prepared this for Thursday, June 8th. See, there's the evidence that we had no plans of.
Oh, there you go.
Friday, June 9th is what this weather report is for. Here we go. Colorado's Meaty Foods, which is the one that famously made Bianca sick all night, mycelium steak sort of thing, which I thought was surprisingly, shockingly delicious and like a steak, considering it was made from mushroom root fibers. They've announced that Derek Jeter, Baseball Hall of Famer, has joined the company as an investor and an advisor. Apparently, he makes investments in food industries, and he has three main priorities. He says nutrition, sustainability, and taste. So there you go. He also thinks they taste good. That's it. So, but I think it's a cool thing. They said an investment from Derek, one of the greatest athletes of all time, is a huge validation of our food. Very few people are as discriminating about the quality of the food that fuels their body. So more fuel to the fire of this plant-based being healthy, and that's a good thing. And I think this one, this brand in particular, is actually a healthy one. If this was with Beyond Meat, I'd say I don't know if this is the right message, but this one I think is.
Is he discerning about the food that fuels his body, or is he discerning about what's going to make him money? That's what I want to know. But I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think this is cool. I read this and I actually was kind of like turned off by it, and I couldn't figure out why, because I was all excited about Kim Kardashian being the spokesperson for the for Beyond Meat and all the other celebrities that are doing their thing. And I think it's because there's so many celebrities now in the space, and it doesn't seem to really be making much of a difference. But the other thing is the advisor part. The investor part, or a spokesperson, or something like that makes sense. But like, how is it, like, what does he really know about food? Or even business. I mean, I'm sure he knows a decent amount about business because he's probably invested in a bunch of businesses. But like, he's not a business expert. I don't think he's a baseball expert.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of athletes. I think take this route when they take all their money, if they've held on to it, and then they start putting their clout behind these things. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the advising capacity of this role is not going to be about major business things. It's probably going to be,
how do we get baseball players to come be our spokespeople?
Yeah, right, that kind of stuff, and introductions and whatever else. So I think it might be in name only. I thought you were gonna say because he's a Yankee that you couldn't get over that, which to me is part of the problem. I've never liked him because of that, and only that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the next. Apparently, Doug, we talk about alcohol a good bit on the show, but the Gen Zers, and I don't know if we have too many audiences in Gen Z, which is that's younger than millennials. That's the newest adults.
Yes.
Okay. They are buying noticeably less alcohol at concerts, according to Billboard. One club owner, this is from Morning Brew, said that at every event aimed at Gen Z of theirs, alcohol sales fell by as much as 25% compared to concerts for the older folks. So unknown whether they're just swapping in some other sort of drug or something else, or they just don't drink. They're drinking less, and that's a really good thing. I mean, I think this is a great sign, right? A lot of, in my opinion, societal problems are people wanting quick fixes in the form of food too. And if people are waking up to that and drinking less, good. More power to them.
It's just they take their edible when they get in line, and it starts kicking.
I mean, that might be what it is. It's more likely that they've swapped some other way to get the fix.
Or maybe not. Let's be hopeful here.
I mean, we've said that drinking it seems just, anecdotally, it just looks like a lot more people don't drink. So that's good. And the people that I observe not drinking, they're not drinking because they're taking edibles or mushrooms or whatever instead. They're just not drinking. And that's good. That's a good step
Mr.
forward.
Jeffrey says Gen Z is more money conscious, which I I don't know if that's. I don't know if there's any data. I trust Mr. Jeffrey here, but I mean that is the thing about buying alcohol at an event, is that it is going to be a heck of a lot more expensive than if you just bought it right outside the event. So if you can have a couple, then go in or whatever. If you're more power to you.
This is a lot like I did the vegan cruise, holistic holiday at sea for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, probably, speaker on it. And the cruise ship company, apparently it was tough to negotiate with the vegan cruise because the people don't go on there and gamble and drink like a normal cruise goer would. So it's just, it's, and I think part of that's expense, right? It's just the, well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the lack of addictions. But perhaps it's the cost too, because the cruise is a lot cheaper if you don't drink on it.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. Santa Clara Valley Healthcare System in California has become the first system in the U.S. to introduce a plant-based food program named Universal Meals. Of course, we've heard about New York City doing the plant-based default option in hospitals, and that's a really cool thing. This Universal Meals thing is actually developed. It's a program developed by PCRM. I think their culinary person there is Dustin Harder, who is known as the Vegan Roadie, guy I've done a little bit of stuff with. But anyway, he I think maybe is behind this, or behind the food at least. So I don't know the details about if they just instruct the chefs of the hospital how to make these meals, or if they're actually selling them the stuff. I don't know. But their thing with the Universal Meals is that they're saying they're sort of inclusive because they're totally free from the top 9 allergens, which is milk, eggs, wheat, sesame, tree nuts, soy, fish, shellfish, and peanuts. So that's what the universal means. Like, you can plug this meal into any system you want, including maybe universities and whatever else. And like, you automatically now have an option for all these different things. So you don't need all different, the gluten-free meal, the vegan meal, all these things. The problem, of course, like we've always said, Doug, is that when you do this, you end up with meals that aren't really that good. Like when they lump gluten-free and they lump gluten-free and vegan together in a lot of like grocery store freezer frozen foods. And we don't always like that. I'd rather just get the vegan one that still has the gluten. So now there's no soy in here either. Peanuts, milk, eggs, nothing too hard about that if you're already eating vegan.
Peanuts. So, I mean, a lot of nut peanuts.
No pad thai.
No pad thai. Yeah.
You eat a lot of peanuts?
No. Well, I mean, not like regular peanuts, but plenty of peanut butter, of course. We do a peanut curry. That's delicious, coconut peanut curry thing. So.
Yeah, and there are no tree nuts or peanuts. So like any creamy sauce, right? You can't have cashews here. Other than that, I guess peanuts are the main thing you would use. Almond butter. So there's none of those creamy sauces. So these will not be creamy meals, I don't think.
But no, anyway. So they might be healthy, which is good, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical.
Dustin Harder's food is good, but it's not allergen free of all these things. Anyway, so. That's happening. And here's a fun one. I came across this late yesterday, Doug. I don't even know if you've seen this one. This is from Plant-Based News. Pete Davidson leaves furious voicemail for PETA amid pet store controversy. And Pete Davidson's one of those guys who you know and I don't know. And everyone's always surprised that I don't know who this is.
Yeah, which blows my mind that you don't know Pete Davidson.
Even looking at the pictures, I think I used to be a Saturday Night Live fan. Like I used in the old Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley, Will Ferrell was with Molly Shannon. I don't know the names, but anyway, I used to love it then. I just went out on it and have not come back to Saturday Night Live forever. So I don't know who this guy is, but
that just blows my mind.
Is he in movies?
Yeah. He's in movies. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a Saturday Night Live guy. I mean, he's one of the more famous people in the world, I would say.
Yeah, I gather that from always hearing his name. Anyway, so what he did...
he dated Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I know her name.
I'm a Pete fan. I don't really know much about like his character so much or like what he stands for, but I think he's really funny and he's super laid back, and I appreciate that. And so I'm a Pete fan, but this voicemail. Why don't you finish the thing?
Yeah. So he got not very laid back after PETA called him out because they first of all hidden camera captured him and his girlfriend, or he and his girlfriend, Chase Sui Wonders. another name I don't know. They were buying a Cavapoo. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. In New York City, it's a mixed breed dog combining the Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel, and Poodle breeds. So there was this camera, and I saw the video. It's like a strange camera angle, so it must be a hidden camera in the pet store. Shows them buying the dog, and then there was some sort of, I guess TMZ had a PETA spokesperson on to talk about it, and PETA said that they were disappointed about this, that he did this, and they said there's actually no such thing. Oh, sorry. So that happened first. They kind of criticized him, and I had the quote, and I'm suddenly like, oh yeah, they said since shelters in New York and across the country are overflowing with homeless animals, PETA urges Pete to show some big heart energy by adopting, not shopping in the future. And they said it was tragic that he didn't rescue an animal from a shelter instead. So he called them up. He called up Daphne, who was the person who was credited, I guess, for giving the quote. And here's what he said. Hi, my name is Pete Davidson. This message is for Daphne. Thank you so much for making comments publicly that I didn't adopt a dog. I just want to let you know I'm severely allergic to dogs, so I have to get a specific breed. He went on to say his family's been so sad since his dog had died 2 weeks prior, and the Cavapoos are the only dogs that don't set off his allergies. And then he ended with, so why don't you do your research before you effing create news stories for people, because you're a boring, tired bleep, which we don't know what that word was even, F you, and suck my D. That's what he said. And he actually said the words. Right? I'm just saying the initials, but he said the real thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get audio of the thing. It was leaked audio. I'm sure it's out there, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it's out there. I'll listen to it.
Really. Yeah, and then PETA responded by saying there is no such thing as a hypoallergenic dog at all. And by the way, you can get this dog on Pet Finder. Has you ever tried looking at Pet Finder? Oh no, you don't, Doug, because you don't like dogs. But if you ever want to try to adopt an animal, you can look at Pet Finder. It's kind of like Uber, where you get matched with people who have an animal to give up. So you can get a wide range of choices. When we were trying to get a cat, we found the 2 breeds of hypoallergenic cats for me, Russian Blue and Bengal, and they were all over. It just I don't know. I mean, you got to be willing to go get one, go drive, but you can do it. So anyway, he says he's not sorry for the voicemail. Said it was a poor choice of words, but he felt he had to defend his family because his family was upset when their dog died.
What's your take, Matt? Hot take. What is it?
I mean, if it really is an allergy thing, I guess I don't expect most people to bend over backwards and try to get this. A companion animal is really good. I don't have a problem with people owning animals. I hate what happens with puppy mills and all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, I can criticize him for this, but I can also criticize the whole world for not being vegan, and I don't do that. So, I don't think this is exceptionally bad that he did this.
No.
So it's PETA. PETA does what PETA does, and I think people don't like PETA. So I'm not surprised by any of this, honestly. Except that you say Pete's laid back, and he did this.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think he's also a New Yorker, right? He's probably got a little fire in him, and he's gonna fire back. Obviously, it was a poor choice of words. He had to have known that was gonna come out, right? It would be leaked,
right? Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mind that was gonna be leaked.
But yeah, I mean, it's the
what's
whole
your
thing.
Take? People want to know your take, Doug, because you're the Pete Davidson fan.
I'm the Pete Davidson fan. I gotta defend Pete here a little bit. I mean, of course, like I would prefer him to adopt him, and that would be the obvious thing. I don't know about the no hyperallergenic. I trust that is true, but I do think that there are certain dogs that make allergies flare up more than others, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so if you're trying to find a dog quickly to help your family move past some grief over a dying dog, and you want to be a little specific, I mean, there's just so many more bigger things to complain about than what he did, in my opinion. So
yeah,
would I prefer to have adopted? Of course, but I'm not gonna call him out for it.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. When people go buy a specialty dog, it bothers me for sure. But if the allergy thing is real, then to me, I guess I'm okay with that.
So we got some comments here. Mr. Jeffries says Pete is the worst. There, but he also says there are so many backyard breeders on Pet Finder, which is good info for promoting Pet Finder. And then Pete isn't vegan, so he doesn't have the responsibility to anyone to do that. And that is very true. And then Phyllis says,
"Oh, he said Mr. Jeffrey said PETA is the worst. I think he said Pete is the worst."
"Oh no, PETA is the worst."
Okay, interesting.
And then Phyllis says that PETA called him out because he's famous. There's so much animal abuse going on, and they could be busy addressing that.
Yeah, and I think they are, but
yeah,
the famous people gives you an opportunity to have a big right. This is now news. So I don't know. I don't think PETA is the worst, but I think a lot of stuff they do moves us backwards sometimes. Just in the public
not
perception.
The approach that either of us take.
It's very, very much opposite. Yeah. All right. So there you go. There you have it. Weather report, audio version only.
Weather report.
And now on to what we've got today in store article. This is very practical, important thing here. Father's Day is coming up, right? It's a 10 days away or something.
My favorite holiday.
Is it?
I don't know if that's true. I just made that up. But
anyway, Veg News, our friend Tanya over there, has published in a timely fashion 23 vegan Father's Day gift ideas, and none of them are a mug. Is a mug a Father's Day cliche gift? I would have thought a tie was the cliche gift.
Yeah. I don't know. A tie would have probably been better, or like a bottle of bourbon or something.
Well, that's probably here. Anyway, so there's 23. We'll have to go pretty quickly to get through them. But I think this is good. We've done Mother's Day list before, so this feels sort of self-serving. But
we did Mother's Day gifts that they weren't very good. They weren't written by Tanya, and they weren't very good.
No, those weren't very good. I don't remember if the Veg News is what that list was. It might have been from someone else. I don't know. Maybe it was Veg News. Anyway, do you get Father's Day gifts, Doug, like from Katie, or just from the girls?
Just from the girls. But I mean, obviously, that's really from Katie.
Yeah. So Aaron has always. I think my tendency would have been the same, just to have the like when I grew up, the kids gave gifts for the Father's and Mother's Day, and we would make them usually or buy something very small. But Aaron has tended to be more of the spouses give each other gifts or the parents give each other gifts on their respective days. And I think it's nice. I actually always look forward to Father's Day. He always has a good, thoughtful gift. So anyway, I'm excited about this. Here we go. Number 1, the Soma brew bottle. So this would be better if we had pictures, but we don't today. So go to vegnews.com and just on their homepage, you'll find the Father's Day gifts if you want to play along at home. Soma brew bottle. I didn't know this existed. It's a clear double-walled coffee container, which nothing new there. But apparently you make pour-overs in this bottle and then take it to go. And I make a pour-over pretty much every day. So if I were then going to leave the house, which I don't ever, this would be useful for me. But I just didn't know you could take pour-overs on the go like that.
Don't ever leave the house. I mean, it'd be good for right now when you're in a hotel or something.
Yeah, you're right. It totally would, because then I wouldn't have to bring the pour-over apparatus along. I just bring one bottle, and then I do it. So anyway, this is a pretty cool gift, especially if the dad in your life has a commute still.
Yeah,
this would be a great thing. It would make that commute much nicer time if you get a good.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a really cool. Yeah, another little.
So anyway,
coffee gadget,
Yeah, always room for another coffee gadget in the gift giving repertoire. So you can. I did look at this up on Amazon. Has Soma. I'm sure you can get it other places too, but SOMA is their coffee thing. So I like this. Number 2, Dura ceramic air fryer. Doug, you're in the market for an air fryer still, right?
I am. Yeah, I would take this for sure. I might actually even get one for Father's Day. I'm not sure. So, hint, Katie. All
right. Well, this is multi-purpose like ours is, but I don't have this Dura ceramic one. This one apparently has a unique tilt motion for even cooking. So the thing I think like tilts back and forth, or maybe you manually do it, but it lets you sort of toss around your stuff in your basket, which is a pretty good little feature. So yeah, I'd be pretty happy to get that. Number 3, Flexi Spot standing desk. This is a desk that easily goes up and down. For years, I had the Veridesk, which sits on your desk and goes up and down. Kind of a just big heavy thing on top of the desk, though. So I eventually stopped having it and sold it.
I have a standing desk, I think it's called fully standing desk, that looks identical to this one.
Oh yeah.
Just different shade of color, but yes, and I love it. I mean, I love that desk so much. I got it. It was a pandemic purchase, and yeah, I stand up and sit down every day. I rotate, and having that ability with just a push of a button is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So it's a button you press. It's automated. Oh yeah, I see that on the thing. Okay, so it's electronic or electric.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Yeah, that'd be a pretty big Father's Day gift, but
yeah,
for the right person, good thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4. This is actually a really good practical idea. Really good coffee. So if your person drinks coffee, or even if they don't drink that much good coffee, but they do make it on their own, a really nice bag of coffee, I think, is a wonderful gift.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple, luxurious. Wouldn't buy them for themselves often, so you get them and spend $16 for 12 ounces of beans or something, and people are happy with that.
What was the sponsor we had? Blue something? Blue
Bottle? That was not a sponsor.
No. It was a coffee subscription that like they pulled from a couple different roasters. Yeah, I loved that because you never really knew what you were going to get, and it was a way to explore some new coffees really nice. And stuff.
Yeah, there's a little better feeling for me than opening up a new fresh bag of coffee never had before, and that first day making it, tasting it, all that. It's just a good thing. So subscription, great idea. All right, Matt and Nat briefcase.
Pass.
Basically leather briefcase, but the word briefcase to me means you carry it around with an extended arm and a suit and tie. This is the newfangled Gen Z version where you strap it on like kind of like a purse, purse. I just can't really get on board with that. Still, doesn't just I don't know. I mean,
I'm a fan of the messenger bag. That's what I carried all throughout college.
This is sort of like that.
It's a cross between that, but then like a grown up version of that with like have it looking more like a briefcase and leather. But I don't. Yeah. I mean, who's gonna care? Who's really gonna care that? Like, what do you need a briefcase for anymore? Seriously.
Yeah, that is a good point. Who even has papers of any kind?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you put your computer in it. That's all you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But you can't fit your lunch in there. You can't fit like.
Right.
I don't know. Just carry a backpack.
Yeah, well, that's coming up, and it's a pretty nice one. All right, number 6, Veg News meal planner. This one probably had to go in there. You know, meal planning, fine. If they need in need of something like that, if they're not in need of something like that, it's probably just not going to help anybody. Vitamix, probably an affiliate link here. Again, probably not Tanya's fault. She probably had to put these in. Yeah, I mean, a Vitamix is any kind of good blender. $260 to $599. People like the Ninja, which is a much cheaper version. I think they're like $99. And I think they were not going to last as long, but I think they'll do the job. So that could be a more reasonable choice. But Veg News isn't going to get a kickback if you go order a Ninja. So they don't get the Vitamix. All right, here's the backpack. Mio Mojo Ulisse backpack. And this is a sharp looking, looks like leather backpack, but it's not, of course. Yeah, I mean, it has a bunch of pockets. You put your laptop in here. You can put your lunch in here. Put your Kindle in here. It even
says if your dad's not a briefcase guy. They were anticipating my response there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes this is probably me thinking we're more important than we are. But sometimes when I read these articles in Veg News, I'm thinking they wrote that just for this show because we say stuff, and I'm like, this, especially Tanya. Tanya, she has listened to the show. I don't know if she still does.
Yeah, but she used to.
Maybe we're in the back of their mind when they write some of these things. I hope so. Anyway, I like this. I have spent a decent amount of money on like travel gear. Osprey brand is the one that I've tended to get. And I don't know. It's that little bit of like minimalism fantasy, this idea that I'm going to have a travel backpack and go all around the world with just a few items, which doesn't really happen, but it's a fantasy, and that's worth something to me. So this matches that story. So I think a nice, cool thing, very nicely designed backpack. Good gift.
Yeah,
I'd like this. Because you know what? You end up, if you don't do this, you end up having a backpack that looks like you're in middle school. Because for whichever one you found or got for free somewhere or whatever, or those those awful drawstring bags
that everyone gets now. Use those,
right. So this is like a grown-up thing. Yeah,
it is. It looks like a very grown-up backpack. It's not quite what I would choose. I would go a little more outdoorsy, I think, than the city than the city vibe that's going on here. But I don't dislike it.
Right.
It would fit you with your freshly minted Adidas attire.
That's right. It would. Although I should just get an Adidas backpack, really.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Match the whole thing. All right, number 9, Bombas socks. Doug, you and I have both been fans of Bombas, sponsored by Bombas over the years. At least No Meat Athlete Radio was. Not all their stuff is vegan. Tanya points out here, and of course, the socks she says are a bit of a joke gift. That's true, but I've always been happy with Bombas, and she didn't mention it here, but they do. I think they still donate a pair of socks for every socks that are bought, so that's a good thing.
And they have a lifetime guarantee. If you get a hole in your sock,
right?
you can
I just got a hole in mine. I literally just got a hole in like my favorite Bombas socks that I still have.
Well, hit them up. They'll replace them.
I will. I've had holes in the past, and I have done that, but I thought they were more like manufacturer defects that happened very soon, and they did replace them. But I didn't know you could wear them out, and then they'll do it.
Yeah, lifetime guarantee on those Bombas socks. At least that's what I remember. Which I'm sure of that. I just recently was looking to buy a pair. So, yeah, I love a good Bombas sock. I still wear the ones that we got all the time.
All right, let's pick up a little speed here. Lush gift set, gender neutral, vegan friendly brand, offers a collection of dad centric products. Herbal body spray, cucumber shower gel, citrusy bath bombs. Even though I'm a bath guy, I'm not really interested in any of this stuff. It's just not. I don't know. I don't tend to like those smells. I think of them as being worse for me than good for me. So I just don't like them.
Yeah.
You Doug? Yeah. You use like beard oil, right? That's your only product.
Just lather myself in beard oil. No, what's that? What's the like company that it's like the hippiest company ever? Soap company.
Dr. Bronner's?
Dr. Bronner's. Yeah, I'm just a Dr. Bronner's guy. Put it on my hair, put it on my face, put it on my body.
Oh yeah?
Call it a day. Yep. Put it on my dishes.
I like their marketing. Good branding they have. Yeah, you can use it for a lot of different things.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally the soap that we use for everything, pretty much.
Yeah, right. All right, number 11, Hydro Flask. This is, of course, a big water bottle. We've got a bunch of these big water bottles, and here's the thing. If you're going to buy me a water bottle, make sure it can go in the dishwasher or I don't want it. And this, I think Hydro Flasks are not supposed to go in the dishwasher. But man, water bottles just sit around our house and our countertop because people drink out of them and then no one wants to go wash it out and no one knows where to put it. Like when you have a water bottle that's like been used a little bit, like if you have a glass and you carry it around for the day or whatever, it's fine. But a huge water bottle, it's like people don't tend to take that out of the kitchen. So I don't know. I just don't. We have a water bottle epidemic in my house, or problem in my house.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem more than
I think it is
more than a water bottle problem. But yeah, I mean, Hydro Flask, good bottle. I don't know. Most people have one by now anyway. So
you know what we have that's actually really good? We have a giant Hydro Flask that I don't know how many gallons it holds, but it's humongous. That's really great for weekend trips because you always can't get water in hotels for whatever reason. You can't get good filtered water. So you fill that thing up. It stays cold and good, and it's actually a really nice investment.
I think of those as being like growler size. Put a bunch of beer in there.
Much bigger than that. This is much larger. This
much bigger than a growler.
It's like a soda keg, quarter keg beer.
What?
Style. It's just a huge one.
That thing must weigh a ton.
It does when it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Daylight hiker boots. I don't want these. I would have no use for this. I don't know what one would even do with this. It says if you're a fan of Vibrams, then you'll like this minimal yet supportive vegan hiking boot. So I don't know if this is a Vibram sole. It doesn't say that.
It's a zero. It's XERO is the brand.
And I know that brand.
They're like foot shaped and zero drop and minimal cushion and all that stuff. But I guess they have a hiking shoe that like covers your whole foot. So yeah, I mean that's cool if that's your thing.
That guy, the founder of that company, he started his right when No Meat Athlete was starting, and we were kind of friends back in the day. And they rebranded, changed the name, but that company's really taken off. I'm surprised they're still around, but I'm very, very happy for them.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. Ritual Zero Proof Spirits, Doug. We've also tried and been sponsored by these. I was not a fan, but I don't really drink cocktails. I think you did kind of like it, right?
I do. Yeah, I did. I have not purchased any since then, but yeah, the gin and tonics, I was digging those.
So that's health conscious. Don't forget, real spirits are also, many of them, vegan. So that's also a decent Father's Day idea. Although you said kind of cliched, but yeah, just because it has alcohol doesn't mean it's not vegan. So you could do that as well. All All right. WV Oaks cross running trainers. I've never heard of this, but it's developed by Fiona Oaks, who people know, vegan ultramarathoner. And she's also very much an animal activist. And she has a Tower Hill Stables animal sanctuary, and 10% of all sales go to that. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. I don't know. Made with ultra runners in mind, or by an ultra runner. That's good. Is it a brand though, WV Oaks, or is it just a person who was a runner said, I'm going to just make shoes that I'd like? Because I want more shoe expertise than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I clicked the link and it goes to Will's Vegan Store.
So maybe that's what WV is.
Oh, Will's Vegan. Yeah, I wonder if it's a.
See,
oh yeah, it's a shoe. It's a shoe company. It appears shoe and jacket, and I don't know. But not. I don't know. Not sure. Look it up.
I'm staying away from this.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's nice that they generate the profits. My concern would be, without years of shoe or running shoe, production experience, you just might overlook some things. But maybe it's good. All right, 15 Veg News subscription, 16 something sweet, just in general sweet things. Not for me. 17 Yeti cooler, Doug. I know you're a fan of the Yeti. You think it's the ultimate in outdoor brands. The ultimate signal someone's a legit outdoor person is if they have a Yeti sticker on their truck.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Trust anyone with a Yeti sticker.
Yeah.
Anyone willing to spend $500 on a cooler is like.
I mean, that's about how much probably a cooler like this is, right? Full size cooler.
Yeah, like literally
over 400, right?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I know. No, thank you.
Just because it keeps it really cold, right?
Right. I mean, the only time
most coolers keep stuff really cold.
Yeah, like nowadays. I mean, now they were like the first to do like to take a, like they were first in class to do something that was like really cold. But now everybody's doing. I mean, even like your old Igloo coolers make insulated coolers like this that are, and that's what we had. I mean, it was $50.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Vegan meal subscription. So this now would mean like the actual food subscription. That could be good. Hard to make a gift subscription last for more than a couple weeks. Really, it gets expensive. But yeah, if someone needs some help, good. It always is nice when you realize you have the meal ingredients at home or whatever, and you don't have to shop that day. You don't have to plan a meal. It's always good. All right. Let Us Grow Urban Farm Stand. For dads who fantasize about building their own hydroponic system. Is that you, Doug? Are you that dad?
No, I'm not.
No.
Although I was sitting, right as I was prepping for this podcast, I look out the window, and sure enough, 2 rabbits are munching, literally grabbing leaves of kale off of our garden kale and munching, going to town on it. And I've been noticing that it seems like it's going away quicker than we're picking it, and sure enough, it is. So, if I could put this inside, maybe it'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If you're urban, if you don't have a place for a garden, this would be a cool place to do it.
Definitely. For sure. All right. Wine club membership. We've talked about subscriptions before, and we said these membership clubs usually are not very good, especially when it's a box of random stuff that they probably got for free from companies that donated it. So box of the month kind of things are not typically good. But a wine club, that could be good. And in this case, there's one called Vegan Wines that makes wines you are sure are going to be vegan, which, if you don't have a wine club, you otherwise don't have a lot of control over what you get. So that kind of makes sense. So 6 hand-picked wines 4 times a year. That's a nice little gift. And you can add gourmet vegan cheese to it. 21, vegan pizza and beer. The Pizza Plant pizzas will send you frozen vegan pizzas. That's a pretty cool thing. And then you would combine it yourself with a 6-pack of favorite vegan beer. She recommends Golden Road or Modern Times. I don't know those brands.
I'd be into this. If my kids wanted to throw me a pizza and beer party, with like some sort of fun special pizza, I'd be into that.
Definitely. And I like the gift where it's like combination. Yes, you bought something from the store, but you also thought a little bit about it. So like you combine some things. You got the beer, the pizza, different places. I like that. Good gift. All right, vegan cooking course. Ruby specifically is mentioned here as an online cooking school that does have vegan, particular courses. So that's a good idea. Always a good gift. And finally, Tins beer, mustard, and other snacks. This is, special beer, mustard, $9. Those kind of fancy condiments. Yeah, they're pretty good. I think that's a good idea. You can always go to like a world market or something and just go crazy with. There's so many good looking things that are around that price. And buy a few of those, put them together, create ultimate dad snack bag. I think that again, same idea as the beer and pizza thing. You're making some decisions here. You're picking some things that are custom tailored to the dad in mind, and this works out pretty nicely in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
You're good. You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
All right, good. All right.
Yeah, we got a bunch of comments that came in. So one that stands out here is Steven says there's an alcohol-free liquor store here in Harlem.
Wow.
That's cool. Never heard of that. But it's amazing that they are able to fill a liquor store with alcohol-free.
That is amazing. Yeah.
But pretty cool. And then he also follows up that Will's vegan shoes are great, UK based.
Oh,
he believes. Okay. So they are a reputable shoe brand. I just never heard of it.
All right, good. Mr. Jeffrey calls out Running for Good, which if you know is documentary. I think it's free online. He says it's such a good documentary. I haven't seen the whole thing. He says it's such a good documentary. Not the greatest doc in the world, but cool what she's accomplished. So not the greatest, but good, or such a good. Jessica says, "What's going on?" Yeah, no video today because of tech issues while I'm traveling, so just audio. And Jeffrey answered that. Yeah, okay.
And then and finally, ultimate dad snack bag. That's my kind of gift. You know what? I'm with you, Mr. Jeffrey. If pizza, beer, and then a bunch of snacks, maybe some tots. That is a good Father's Day in my book,
So just grocery shopping kind of thing. But
yeah, basically just a typical Friday night. I'm a happy man.
Yeah, no, that's right. Especially if your kids supply it. If the kids said, "We're gonna go do the grocery shopping and make you a meal tonight," that's all I need. I don't need a whole month of subscription foods or whatever. Just one good night where I can kick back and let the kids cook.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for bearing with us during this video-free show. A little lower retention, I think, of the audience than when we're on video, but that's okay. That's to be expected. Yeah. So we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll be back normal summer schedule, Tuesday through Thursday, Friday maybe, but Tuesday through Thursday you can count on with video. So that's it. And again, apologies for yesterday not being on there, but you can go to our Discord, nomadathlete.com/Discord, and you will always be kept abreast of announcements like these things, which we do try to share there and usually do.
Yeah. So have a great weekend, everyone. Matt, I hope the rest of the games go well and safe travels home.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back. We'll be back on Tuesday.
All right. See you Tuesday.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.